Hey, what's happening, babies? Elton McFall here in the Montreal north part of the city of Montreal, and I spotted this with my buddy a couple of days ago with Nick here, and I'm like, man, I gotta come back and make a video of this because it was nighttime. It's not the same you shoot at night, you know? Even this phone is a terrific camera, but when you're shooting at night, the more darker it is, everything becomes all blurry, so... And now that I see this thing in the daytime, it still looks very nice. Not perfect. But like seriously, like I told Nick, I mean, look at this thing. This is like what, early 90s, mid 90s, 92, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 7. 97, I think, was the last year for these. That is an old Nissan King Cab back there, hard body. But you know, it's funny because I'm an 80s child, you know, right? I grew up in the 80s. I'm 47, and these things were all over the place, and we jokingly called them dustbusters because it looks like a dustbuster. But the funny thing is that I didn't like them then, and I remember when a friend of mine back in, like, you know, 94, 95, he had a girlfriend. She had one. I rode in it a couple of times, and you know, I noticed it was a heavy ride, but it was a smooth ride, you know. And but you know, there was one also, another Aerostar I filmed a year ago. That actually had the silver skirt kit, the ground effects that went all around, but it was a short body, and I deleted the video by mistake. And then when I went back to film it in the spring, the mags were not on it. It had the regular shitty looking, you know, stock rims. And but again, this is a deluxe model, extended van, two-tone paint. You know, it wasn't cheap, and whoever had this thing took care of it. And it was in a garage. It was in a garage. You can tell. Look at the paint. It's not faded whatsoever. There's no rust on it. You know, it's kind of a shame, frankly. It's just sitting here. I hope it doesn't rot and end up in a scrapyard. It's bad enough we waste so much in this world. It's disturbing. I mean, there's a lot of black people who live around here, and they're aware of that more so because where they're from, a lot of them are African, and they know that old cars, a lot of them, like Toyotas, they end up going from here to, or from wherever in North America to Africa, to be rebuilt, to be restored. You know? Holy shit! What the hell? Wow, you can hardly see through the glass. It's so tinted. Look at that. Look at the seats. They're beautiful. Really? Oh, by the way, there's a Buick Regal over there. I want to film, but there might be some people there. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to film it. Might have to come back for that. Oh, yeah. She's been sitting a long time. Look at that. The freaking mirror is all crooked. And that thing is sweet. Probably has a digital dash in these years, eh? You can't see the mileage. Tell you one thing, I bet you $100 this thing doesn't even have 100,000 kilometers. And I'm also happy to come back to film this because look at that, Can-Am anti-theft. Because I know a lot of you, you know, you're like me. You're Generation X. You grew up with these. Even my friend Ben Lohman, his parents had one when he was a little kid. So I think they had good engines, frankly, you know. But I like that cinnamon, that two-tone cinnamon over gold there. It's cool. That's neat. Anyway, that's it for that, man. Oh yeah, one of the things I like about these also is those seats. Look at the design they did on these seats, man. That was cool. Now, they made these for 12 years, 86 to 97. And then, of course, the Windstar replaced it. And the Windstar was a really big piece of shit, unfortunately. And the funny thing I should say that is because these Ford F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, these are great trucks. I mean, out west, there's tons of these still because they don't rust, you know. Here, it's rust. That's what takes away vehicles. So, anyway, now let's see if I can... oh, there's a guy there. Yeah, I'm going to ask him about that Buick. Anyway, thanks for watching.